Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we are bringing you another A Link Between Worlds any% tournament
If all you've
patch
ever known is
between romulost and benstephens56. I am joined today by Hera. How are you
run
doing today?
and hide.
Hi,
What
And
would
we
you
have an
I'm
ad.
doing
to find?
fine, mostly,
Sorry about you see an ad. Twitch is being dumb.
as usual.
Yes. So looks like Ben not quite ready anyways.
Seen,
Oh no, I
I'll
just
not know my mind.
made sure that they didn't ready before we were ready. But I should probably notify them that they're actually ready.
And if anyone asks, that girl does.
Okay then, since Herodman's internet just collapsed, guess I'm covering a little. Yeah, welcome to Yes World. And this is gonna be a good match. As you saw, it just started, so you're starting out, and if you don't know, I'm not the most knowledgeable person about A Link Between Worlds. And hey, there's Herodman back. Thanks, God.
Hi, that was very weird timing, Matt. Sorry for that. Did you introduce the race? Or should I?
Just like a little bit. You can do it.
All right, so we have the race uh, of the actual two top seeds of the tournament, with Romulo being the first seed from the start. Didn't really get the race because of forfeit, but we all know he's first seed by far. Meanwhile, Ben is trailing behind in terms of times. Got second seed last week by 20-second difference, something like that. He's third seed overall, starting for the tournament. And yeah, this is a Link Between Worlds. It's a pretty uncommon game to see in general. A lot of people haven't seen the speedrun, but it's okay. You're gonna enjoy it a lot. Of course, it's very similar to A Link to the Past. Most people are familiar with that. It's kind of a spiritual successor, but it's quite different in many ways. The run starts with this simple interaction. Link wakes up, classic 2D Zelda, and he has to go to work. And this work except we are not really gonna work. The captain of the guard of Hyrule, this guy, very forgettable. We don't really see him anymore. He goes to get a shield and a sword, forgets about the sword, so we have to get the sword and go deliver it to him. Except we are not gonna do that, because we're gonna start with the first sequence break and skipping the run right away. Alright, so we can really use this sword, at least not now. Instead, we're gonna go and take a little detour. Starting with Kakariko village here, we're gonna grab the Weather Vane, which is gonna be used as a warp point later, mainly. We don't really need to save in any Weather Vane, except if you're gonna go for very, very safe starts. I don't know if any of these guys are gonna try to save at any point. And instead of going to the castle to deliver the sword, we're gonna go right into the entrance of Death Mountain. Usually it's blocked by rocks. We need the Power Glove, except we don't. This is Power Glove skip. We're gonna try to lure this crowd here and jump at the right time to enter that. And now this is a pretty important part of the run. They want to get at least 10 rupees before the first thing they have to hear. Usually this is complete luck. We have a rupee counter for each runner, so you can see how many they have. Usually if you can exit this place or this cave with 10 rupees, you are good to go. If not, you have to farm a little. Rom got pretty good luck, but not quite 10 rupees. And Ben got completely shafted. So watching that cutscene is pretty important, and now we are gonna try to get to the Weather Vane. Meanwhile, Ben gets lucky with the falling rocks and is gonna get a lot of rupees here, getting him to 21, which is very ideal. And you see that he's gonna damage down a lot, while Rom is gonna... oh, he gets lucky as well, nice. He's gonna be ahead after getting pretty bad luck at the start. But yeah, they are both gonna die. This is an intentional death warp, of course, because this unlocks the entirety of Ravi's shop. Ravi's shop usually has 2 different stages, or 3 technically. Closed, open but only for the bow, which is for the first dungeon, and fully available. In this case, to unlock the fully available shop, you have to do either watch the cutscene right next to Zora's domain, or watch the cutscene at the entrance of Death Mountain. So going there and dying is faster. And now they get a free item. They're gonna both get the Fire Rod, 100 rupees that you don't have to get in the entire run, and a bow, which is pretty useful. If you die before getting 10 rupees to buy the bow, you need to do something different later. We'll see why. But yeah, we can actually progress with the story. Go to Hyrule Castle, talk to this guard, and this unlocks the Sanctuary sequence. Exiting Sanctuary, they want to have 50 rupees at least. Thankfully there are a lot of rupees there. 2 reds and 2 blues, which is exactly 50. Rupee Rod is pretty important in general. Oh, who is this? Hello?
I'm joining.
Yes?
Yes, I'm joining commentary. For
Hi.
now. Hello.
I wasn't expecting that, but sure. Hi.
Yeah,
This
so
is...
I think it's pretty close right now.
I mean, we're only at Sanctuary.
Yeah.
It's not that impressive. Actually, Rom is ahead for some reason. At least on my screen.
Yeah, RNG can do that in the beginning.
I don't know. In terms of rupees, Ben is actually ahead. He could possibly skip some rupees here, but I don't think it's gonna do that. Romulo is gonna need every single rupee here to get to 50. Ben can skip both blues, but he's probably gonna skip only one because we need more rupees later. Never mind, Romulo gets pretty lucky about that. I get some extra rupees in the pots. And gets another 5? Really? Come on, man.
Rom ain't out to lose this.
RNG could have been the only possibility that Ben had to win this, but not anymore. So yeah, after this sequence, we have 3 ghosts rather. Pardon the accent. Pretty fast for Romulo. Not as fast for Ben, of course. At least he gets more rupees. You need at least 150 rupees at the end of everything when we get the Master Sword. So they want to get as many possible rupees in the way as possible.
Yeah, I'm guessing both of these runners will go Tornado Rod first.
They got Fire Rod first, actually.
Oh, then I think I'm a bit behind. Yeah. Oh no, it's just been so long since I run this, so...
Oh, by the way, this cutscene. Pretty interesting.
For the special occasion of this race, Ravi has decided to clone himself.
Yeah, and he's blocking the bow. Thankfully, we already have it.
Yeah. That's an issue if you either die or running 100%, because then you have to kind of squeeze in behind him to buy it again.
Yep. We're gonna get Ravio's bracelet here. It doesn't do anything for now. But they get one free item now, or they're gonna buy one item with the rupees that they have, rather. In basically any route, it's gonna be the Tornado Rod. For many different reasons. This item is broken.
Yeah, it's... I mean, before the Ice Rod strat was found, Ice Rod clipping, then this was probably the most useful item, except from bombs.
I'd say Fire Rod is probably just as useful. That's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of going to the castle now, they're gonna go right into the first dungeon, which is Eastern Palace. We can do that because we have the bow, instead of having to continue the sequence to actually unlock it.
Yeah, and you can see they go for a quick cycle right here. And this is actually on a global timer in the temple itself, so if you use too long to just get into that room, then you won't make the cycle for the big boulder or big ball.
Yep. You want to damage boost through it with this small ball, then squeeze right through. It's not that hard, but you can mess it up easily if you don't know how to do it. Ben is gonna get it, yeah, easy. There are a lot of rupees in this dungeon, so they're gonna try to get everything except one chest at the end. We need a lot of rupees now, both to rent items and to get the smooth gem later, which is 200 rupees.
And you can also opt in for going for that purple rupee chest later, but if you then you don't need any rupee RNG, but you usually get enough rupees that you don't really need it. But maybe in a race it could be useful.
I know that Rom is I mean, he doesn't like that chest at all. He always went for the riskiest possible rupee strats. I doubt Ben is gonna get it either, but
yeah.
That.
And Rom, uncharacteristically, having issues with the Tornado Rod boost here.
Yeah.
Both of them actually. Ben got it. So is Rom
This
sanding?
tricky is kind of hard. This is the boss key skip for this dungeon. The boss key is not that far off. It's on the room to the left, but you have to get a key and then go around and do everything. So instead we just use our newly obtained tornado rod to actually get out of bounds like so.
Yeah. And this boss fight isn't really anything special. It's just using the bow and hitting with your sword when your stamina is out. That's probably the hardest thing about this boss, managing your stamina, because you cannot see it, but usually you memorize the pattern.
Yep. Rom took quite a while to actually get in, so I don't know if he's behind. Delay is probably weird in my side, but whatever.
Yeah, and Ben doesn't have a timer on his stream, so but
It can be kind of hard, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, now they don't have enough stamina, so they only get one arrow. It's not that big of a deal. Just stun him.
I'm just going to trust in Twitch that it's sending me the streams synchronously.
Okay, and here we get the main gimmick of the game, which is wall merging, and we can use it to escape. There are 2 100 rupee chests and some extra rupees in the escape sequence. We're gonna get everything.
Yeah.
Except that extra chest that we mentioned.
Yeah, Ben not going for it, and I'm guessing Rom is just going to skip it as well. Yeah. And I'm also pretty sure that both of these players use a capture card, so there's no NTR shenanigans. At least for this run. Yeah, now we can see here's a kind of cool little sequence break. They get the Pendant of Courage before getting the... I'm not really sure what it's called when Zelda gives it to you the first time, but...
Special charm or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story sequence here is supposed to be go to Zelda. She gives you the Pendant of Courage and tells you to go to Sahasrara, which is this guy. And then there's some other story stuff in the middle. You finish the dungeon, and Sahasrara says, "Oh no, Zelda has the Pendant of Courage. Now we can get into the castle. Oh wait, you have the Pendant of Courage. Great." Yeah, go save the wall.
Yeah, you have it because Zelda will give it to you in the future. There's also Sahasrara can also be duplicated, like Ravio right here, but we never enter his house, so you won't get to see it.
Now they're gonna enter the shop. Usually most items other than the bow cost 50 rupees, but the items you need to finish high roll before going to low roll are discounted at some points in the story, starting with this hammer, which is 20 rupees instead of 50. So going here right now is pretty important. And we get a small cutscene of Gully getting lost. Now it's time to meet the best sage and best character in the game, Irene, my girl.
Yeah. It's proven to be a fact that Irene is the best sage.
I can take Gully as a possible answer as well, but Irene is way too good.
Gully only gives you a second pouch. Irene gives you quick travel, so I think there's no contest right there.
Irene's Valley is a very useful item that lets you warp to any weather vane you have activated. In this case, we have only 3 right now. And we're gonna get a fourth here that saves a lot of backtracking.
And later, the importance of activating weather vanes in the Dark World, or Lorule, as it's called, is mainly so you have an easy access point to a portal, so you can easily travel between the worlds.
Yeah, you don't really activate that many weather vanes.
No.
In Hyrule you activate for Kakariko, which we need to go to many times. The one at Link's house, which is required. You can't really do anything except activate and save there at the start. We get this one in the witch's house, just to go back here way faster. And then the one on Death Mountain at the start.
Yeah.
Ben is the
Also,
first to get to Kakariko.
This looks like Ben is the first, but it's really close right now. At least on the stream. I'm guessing they're pretty synced up. Or
Yep. They're gonna use 200 rupees to get this smooth gem that was stolen from the Zoras, and then get an 100 rupee chest here.
and that's the last of the rupees they're ever going to need, isn't it? Or
Kind of. They need
yeah,
about
they need
40 more.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna get the most broken item in the game, arguably.
Yeah.
Very missable, but very important in the speedrun. The Pegasus Woods not only let you go fast, they also let you do some pretty crazy skips that overall probably save the most time of the entire game in terms of individual items.
Yeah.
I would say over...
Or maybe the bomb is tied for saving most time, I don't know.
I don't know how...
At least if you
how
just
long
think
this
about
takes. Is
Yeah.
this less 230? Something like that.
Yeah.
I'd say that the boots save 40 minutes at least on its own.
Yeah.
Okay, time to go meet Fat Oran.
A cool little bomb rod boost coming up right here.
First in the round.
Probably, yeah, it's probably the easiest of them. Because you have quite a big window to use it.
Yeah, this is known as fish skip. There's a cutscene in the stairs that makes Fat Oran eat a fish. Why is Ben showing something on the screen? Oh no, that was weird.
Yeah, and you can activate that cutscene on the way in and on the way out. So when you run this, you have to be careful to not go into the cutscene start area after you've talked to her.
The invisible giant in the fish is pretty funny, but it's not fast.
But it's actually really slow.
And we get the Zora's Flippers, which are an item that is basically only required for one place in the game.
And technically they're not even required. Because you can go flipperless, but that's...
You can really finish the game flipperless, unfortunately. Because of Swamp Palace. If we could have fake flippers in Swamp Palace in some way,
yeah,
we could completely skip it.
Yeah, but I
save a lot of time.
Yeah, but you still will have to get the running boots. So yeah, you skip the second trip into Source Domain.
And 200 rupees as well, which is a big deal.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Dungeon 2, House of Gales. Pretty technical.
Yeah.
There are a lot of small things here.
Yeah, there's a quick cycle you can make coming up soon. And I find it a little really difficult, so I never go for it, because you don't...
Same.
You don't save that much time on it. And if you fail it, then you're kind of stuck. Or not stuck, but you have to go back if you want to not do it.
The advantage of doing that is that it lets you have some extra rupees, which is why Rom is not getting any other rupees around here.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ben is gonna go for it. It doesn't save that much time really, but it's faster in general.
Yeah.
If
So
Ben is gonna do slow strats.
yeah, world record boys go for it, but not us, or at least me.
Gets it first try, of course.
Yeah, of course. And Ben does not go for it.
And here they're gonna throw a bomb, activate that, and then, well, apparently Rom didn't get it.
Yeah, it's kind of a tight timing for this, I think.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think
maybe not.
the bat hit the bomb and that activated the switch.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever. You ride the wind as the cutscene starts, saving quite a lot of time. And now they're gonna grab this key from behind it in some way.
yeah. There's so many
Since-
janky skips in this temple.
Yeah, since most things are like tilted behind the camera, you can actually hit the key from behind.
Yeah.
And talk about junky skips coming up. Skip,
Yeah.
skip, skip. So there's a loading zone here.
Yeah, technically, how many skips are there in this game? There's at least 2.
I would say 3 maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a loading zone there. You hit the bat and get hit by it, and you are.
it knocks you up. Yeah,
There are 3 different versions of doing that, but that one is obviously fast. Are we going to Margomil? Let's see if any of these guys actually fills Margomil.
yeah. By the way, are you watching the restream or their streams directly?
Restream, of course.
Okay. I think maybe watching their stream directly, so maybe our voices will be synced up more with the gameplay. I don't know.
Oh.
Don't think it matters.
Margomil, you're supposed to use the Dominator Rod to hit his eye after knocking the different floors or whatever they are. But you can just use bombs. And they're gonna wait out here to regain all of their stamina. Way faster because bombs take a lot of stamina. Rom is doing basically a perfect fight.
Yeah.
Ben took a pretty safe void out. But other than that, is pretty perfect fight as well.
Yeah. Not much time to be gained from the other on this one. They have both really well House of Gales. But Rom's was almost perfect, I think. Oh no, wait, he didn't get the small cutscene skip with the... What should I call it? The wind.
Yeah, I guess so.
But other than that, it was pretty much perfect.
Also, that specific car container is faster to get. The only one in the game because the cutscene for a thing appearing, the Pendant of Wisdom, takes quite a long time to actually happen. And if you get the hard container, it just happens automatically.
Yeah. Coming
And now
up
it's time
now.
to go up.
Yeah.
There are three different caves here. They know how to do it. In this one, they're gonna damage boost through some rocks, and then they are gonna skip the third cave, which is technically the second cave as well, by using a pretty cool strat that doesn't really make sense when you put it in perspective.
Yeah, and they coming up to the famous dash slide, which how much? I don't think it really saves that much time if you fail it a lot, but when you get it quickly, then
Yeah, the cycle is perfect when you do
Yeah.
that. Except if you bong like Ben just did.
yeah, oh, that's
What a gamer. Yeah, Link just hacks the wall there and it lets you go to the third section without actually going outside. It's pretty cool. And now it's time to go into Hera, the most broken dungeon in the entire game.
Yeah, it's probably also one with the most difficult skip, unless maybe Swamp has the first place for most difficult.
I
But,
hate some more, but this is harder, definitely.
Yeah, this is kind of one hard thing, which can kill your entire run. The skip coming up is 2 frames, so in a 60 FPS game, that's like what?
130.
60 milliseconds.
Something like that, maybe. Romulo gets it first try, of course. So now he's out of bounds and he's gonna go up the tower without going outside and skipping a lot of things.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
you're seeing that he kind of bonks the wall right there. There's not really any purpose in doing that. He just uses it to wait because he needs his stamina to refill.
Yeah, 15 seconds to full stamina.
And we can see that both got it first try. That's pretty nice.
Usually the time that makes you think that your start was good is getting sub 30 here. They're both in time for sub 30 pretty easily with a first try.
Then it's almost time for Moldorm.
The burger boss.
Yeah.
Well, at least people say he looks like a burger. I don't really see it.
He does look like a burger. He really does.
Also, shout out to this boss key right in front of the boss door.
Yeah.
So skipping it is kind of pointless, and we can redo that. So who cares?
Yeah. And this boss is kind of, it's really strange because if you get it first try on everything, it's easy. But if you first miss one shot, then it's like, then it starts moving so fast, and you need to clutch out a good snipe.
Okay, they're gonna try to snipe the orb on the tail. Every arrow does Master Sword damage, so 2 damage, or 1 speed slash right now. So they want to have 3 arrows and then a slash. Rom messes it up, but gets it on the end.
Yeah, and you always want to save the sword slash for last, because it's much easier to hit with the sword than to hit with the bow. Kind of unfortunate.
Rom is gonna get the hard container here.
Yeah.
I heard legends that this was faster sometimes depending on your position, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Usually it's faster.
Yeah, but at least in a race, if you're going to get some extra heart pieces, this is the one to get, because it's like, I don't think you save that much time skipping it.
Ben actually skipped it, so that's okay.
Yeah. And you can see he didn't take that much into the lead of Rom, so
They both got sub 30, as I said, so pretty good runs so far. Now it's time to go and get the Master Sword.
yeah, like if I get a sub 30, then I'm on like PB pace extreme. So
it's not that hard to get, but you have to basically not mess up at any other speed. Rom get it with the terrible Eastern Palace he got, so that's very impressive.
Ben probably wants some good apple RNG right here in order to, and he got some good apple RNG.
Alright, chat, take your bets. Left, right, or up? It's right. You're supposed to follow one specific ghost in this case and avoid 2 in the second one.
Yeah, and the second one is actually really easy if you have the trick, because they do the same movement every time, just that at the end they go different directions. So if you just know which 2 to follow at the end, then you know where to go.
Yep. Usually you want them to go straight or left, actually, but it's not that big of a deal.
Now, how much time do you really save on getting an optimal pattern on this?
Actually, I think that down is faster if you get ready for it. The third round is impossible to follow.
Did they have the same pattern?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think they did.
The third one is impossible to follow, but it's always down for some reason.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to bother, just hold down. Rom is the first to the Master Sword.
If this was Master Sword percent, he would have won.
It's a bad category, don't do that. Actually, you skip flippers there, so I guess it's a cool category.
Yeah.
Ben's gonna get a health refill here as well. It's one of the reasons that skipping the hard container in Hera is somewhat fast, because you don't really need the health from that. You can just get it here.
Yeah.
And they both have 150 rupees, so we can go and get the other 2 items that we need. And go straight into Laurel.
And you can actually see how close this is, that they're both in the same cutscene at the same time. So 1/3 approximately into the race, and it's still dead even. Rom being like 10-20 seconds ahead.
And that's despite Rom having bigger mistakes, in my opinion, which is very impressive.
Yeah. Probably everything was due to Ben's Moldorm fight, which it's like just a couple of seconds, but that's just what's separating them right now.
Okay. Going now to Ravio after Master Sword is pretty important because that unlocks Quick Equip.
Yeah.
Which is
oh no, did Rom forget the boomerang?
Oh. Do you actually need the boomerang? I don't know. What does the boomerang do? Let me know. What are the boomerang effects?
I don't remember.
It stuns, just like Tornado Rod.
Can you even use it?
Hook Shot. And Sand Rod. And sometimes Hammer. It makes items go to you. Just like Hook Shot.
Yeah.
So, why get the boomerang? Hello?
Yeah, like, which dungeon are you supposed to use the boomerang in?
Thieves, I guess. It doesn't have an item.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Harold Castle. Something weird is going on, but I don't know what it is. Can you spot something weird? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they have some unusual guests over.
So yeah, this is basically 2 layers of the castle at the same time.
Yeah.
The layer of going to talk to Zelda and the layer of being overtaken by Yuka. So you are witnessing enemy spawns on the air. And also Zelda is not gonna be there.
Yeah, but she'll still give you the pendant though.
A pendant that we already have.
Yeah.
So we can go and get the sword.
Yeah, and you need to you actually need to go into this cutscene, because if you don't, the Zelda and Yuga cutscene won't start on the upper levels.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Also of note, usually this cutscene is very, very long because there are some panning cameras that you have to wait for and other effects. But in this case, since Zelda doesn't exist, the game gets confused and basically the text happens.
What do you mean?
Very,
She just upgraded her equipment. She's right there.
Oh yeah, she now drops 20
Yeah.
rupees instead of a pendant of courage.
Yeah. She high rolled on the latest mythic, so she got that sweet loot.
This Volunteering card, they are very menacing. Actually menacing. What are you doing wrong? That's not what
are you
supposed to happen.
Did he just miss his Y button?
Apparently. Let's see the instant replay for Ben.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Rom is gonna use Quick Equip for the first time. Or Quick Equip cancelling.
Yeah. And it's in a place where it's not really needed. It just saves a bit of time so you can use the ice rod faster.
Yeah, he's gonna have a small skip here with the tornado rod. But
Yeah,
the
and
important thing is, quick equip lets you change items in the fly. Or on the fly, rather. Is it
Yeah.
in the fly or on the fly? I don't know.
It's on the fly.
Right, so it's pretty good because you don't have to enter the menu. But it also adds a layer of multitasking that you have to manage. And it makes this game kind of hard to learn.
Yeah. And also this tornado rod skip right here. It's the same as in Eastern Palace, but it's a lot easier here.
And I think it's day 2 or day 1. A super
Yeah, I don't know.
possible skip. Oh yeah, and this is Zelda. Say hi to Zelda because we're not gonna see her until the end of the game. Important character. Shoutouts to Smash Ultimate using this Zelda design.
Yeah.
Oh, and these are some guards. Very menacing, but you can just dash. Thanks, Yuka.
Although there's sometimes in these hallways you can bonk on like corners and stuff, and I never know how. It's just like sometimes you bonk while running diagonally past them, and sometimes you don't. So it's just best to just run straight.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird trade-off. If you go diagonally, you can just slide all the way and go
Yeah.
into the doors right away. But if you bonk, then it's pretty bad.
Yeah. And on this upcoming boss fight, there's a really cool 3-phase you can get.
That's also really easy.
Yeah, and it's not that well. It's old now, but it's relatively new compared to the strats in this game. There hasn't been that many new strats lately, so
This is also the best theme in the game.
yeah.
Yuga's
it's-
theme.
But to be honest, there's not that much competition in this game.
Come on, there are some really good songs.
The best
The real
song-
Yuga is the one that has fire on the staff.
Yeah,
And if it crosses with another Yuga clone on the wall,
he can be both.
but it did. So pretty fast fight for Romulo.
Yeah. Let's see if Ben gets the.
He has to get as good luck or not quite, but whatever. Yuga cross with the clone, but you can just charge the sword and wall to him.
Yeah.
You have enough time. And that's gonna be Hyrule. Romulo actually getting the heart. Disgraceful.
Does he have Ben's stream on in the background so you can see if he is in the lead or not?
I don't know. But it's gonna take a little while just to get some heart,
Yeah.
some health as well.
But things can turn pretty quickly in this next dungeon in Swamp, because there's especially one trick that if you fail it, then you have to do almost the entire temple over again.
Okay, Rom got 40 flat, I think, entering Laurel, and Ben is gonna be 18 seconds behind. So pretty close.
I didn't insult the game's soundtrack, but it's like there isn't that many songs that are like stand out amazing. Like the best songs are the ones in the tavern, I think.
Come on. Anyway, we're just past the first half of the game and entering Laurel. A pretty interesting place for many reasons. Mainly that you can go to any dungeon at any point. So
Yeah.
that's pretty fun to route.
And there's basically just a few dungeons that you should do right after one another, because you don't. It's faster to walk between them than to warp. For example,
Swamp into the desert,
Yeah,
which is what we're gonna see now.
yeah,
Swamp is basically the fastest possible dungeon
Yeah.
every time, because you can skip the quest to actually open it.
I
First,
think
I'm gonna they're gonna go to the
These-
abandoned house. It's important.
Yeah,
you need this Betweeen because you're going to warp to it later because you need an easy access point to a portal, and this is the easiest to get because you already go past it and it's really close to the portal.
Okay, so usually you need to get a big bomb to open that up.
Yeah, to drain.
You
the
can
water.
also steal it, which was pretty fun. But you can just do this instead and clip into the loading zone.
Yeah, and this I would say is the newest strat for this game. The
Then
ice
it was
road
by far, yeah.
It really changed Swamp Palace. Like that was entirely changed. We got both a Bosky skip and a Bosk skip out of it. There's 2 more or 3 ice road clips in total. You can see that Rom is kind of struggling a bit right now. I would say
Yes.
this is probably the hardest.
Yeah, this clip in particular is why I don't go for this strat and I go for Bosky skip instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna use another ice rock cliff here to go out of bounds and swim into the boss loading zone.
Yeah.
Or rather the boss room, but not quite the boss room. They need
Yeah.
a specific position in the out of bounds water here.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they would, at least if I was running, I would do slightly more safe and kind of just on the safe side, rather go into the boss room than to void out, because the boss isn't that long. Boss fight.
Ooh, Rom falls down.
Oh no.
This is a very precise escape.
Yeah.
You need to land there between the boss room and out of bounds, and then slowly walk into the the stairs after the boss. So Ben is gonna take the lead thanks to that fail.
In order to do that movement, it's kind of tricky if you don't know how to do it, because you have to walk entirely horizontal until you sort of feel like you hit the opening, sort of. Then you see you start to be pushed out, and then you have to just go diagonally up.
Also, you have to do that while swimming, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
And right away we're gonna go.
Save.
Yeah, we're gonna go into the second stage,
And this,
Desert Palace.
yeah. And for this this dungeon wasn't really that changed from the ice road clip. It just made it a whole lot easier.
Yeah, and very easy. Desert Palace is a palace in the desert. Of course, we're not gonna see it.
I haven't been inside that temple since like 2012.
I was inside this temple this year, but it's mainly for Hando. Come on, we don't have that here.
When's A Link Between Worlds rando?
When I figure out how to hack my 3DS for that.
Yeah,
Ooh, Ben gets the fully first try. Can he get the triple triad? No, unfortunately. So yeah, this is
Yeah, he was a bit too close to the
the boss of Desert Palace, which we're not gonna see. Saganaga is in the Dark World. If you can clip into his arena here, you can just dash light into the painting and completely skip not only going into Desert Palace but going into the desert as a whole.
Ben grabbing the heart container, and like there's not much separating them now, but there's so much content that it seems like there's a lot, because like Ben's an entire temple ahead right now.
Rom is gonna skip the heart container. So
Yeah.
And now they are basically tied. And I don't know what their preferences here are, because now it's where the route can vary a lot. You can go to
Skull,
anywhere.
Dark, or Ice, and it's basically just preference.
I know Rom goes to Ice Palace every time.
Yeah.
I usually go to school
Yeah, I also usually go to Skull.
I think everybody goes to Dark last
Yeah.
of the 3. We'll see. Usually it comes down to espadas. It comes down to how you want to route your health. I go to Skull Woods because I'm gonna take hits there, so I can refill health there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have another skip here to skip a lot of the Death Mountain quest. You clip into this railing and then continue going. It seems very normal as a skip, but it skips so many things and
Yeah.
a long autoscroller. Instead, you get a small little autoscroller here, going to Ice Ruins. You have nothing to do here for a while. Rom doesn't go for the swag harp for some reason. Oh, they go for the strat. Okay, Ben fails it. I don't like this strat.
Why?
This strat sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't even save any time. It's an auto scroller. You just lose time on it. It's like just for swag.
Basically, you
Now he's behind.
the time you save here is basically merging into the wall and unmerging,
Yeah,
which is barely any time.
it's like less than a second, I guess.
Usually, what makes merging and unmerging slow in general is that the wall freezes while you're doing that. So in cycles like this, you're technically making it go slower, but you have to wait anyway. So who cares?
Yeah. And now we missed that cycle, so probably have to wait a bit longer. Yeah, if Ben loses because of that, that would be hard. I'm probably guessing that he won't. It's there's a lot of tricks that can go wrong, and if both of them keep getting first tries and it's literally that, it would be pretty disheartening.
We actually have one of those tricks that can help make time difference a little shorter. It's not that big of a deal, but we have Ice Ruins. It's a 1 minute dungeon, not even that if you're good enough. It used to be the longest dungeon in the entire run, but we discovered how to not do anything here because there's vertical transition, and vertical transitions in this game are completely broken.
Yeah.
So you just do that, land out of bounds, not transition, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty fast strat, hopefully. Okay. Lands there, hits the invisible boss.
Oh, that was scary. Felt that it was pretty close. Ben not getting it first try, but
Ben, no! Uh-oh.
Okay. No,
that's-
Ben. Oh, that's this is
actually
bad.
okay. He knows how to get back from this, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, this is a big time loss.
Yeah, basically you maneuver out of bounds and go into a position that lets you fall into the boss arena, but the boss trigger is only on the lower half.
Ben,
So
no.
so instead of
There we go.
okay, instead of fighting the boss, you can Ben!
No, Ben.
That was way too risky.
Ben.
So
No.
yeah, as I was explaining, if you land on the lower half, you have to do this boss.
Yeah. Now you can actually see what can go wrong in this dungeon because
Dark Stair. This boss sucks. This boss is the worst.
Yeah.
I've had to do it in low percent with 3 hearts, and I can tell you this boss is terrible. I hate it. Hopefully he knows how to beat him.
It's like on ice, so you slide back every time you hit him, and just overall a bad time. And yeah, now Rom is going to blast ahead while Ben struggles with Dark Stair.
Unfortunately, you can't really do anything if you make Dark Stair appear. Ooh, dodges the triangles pretty well, but gets hit anyway.
Yeah.
there are a lot of really damaging attacks for this boss, so hopefully he doesn't get hit again. Please, Ben.
Ben,
Don't die, Ben. Don't die.
Ben.
Triangles. Ben, please.
Oh no, no, Ben.
Thankfully, oh no.
Oh no, Ben.
Is that a forfeit?
I think it is.
That may be a forfeit. Dying in this game is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, because you need to get every item back.
Okay, it's okay. Rom got a monster part, so he can pull ahead now.
Yeah.
Come on, Ben. I don't have the race channel open, so I don't know if it's a forfeit, but it looks like he's going to get some extra rupees. He knows where to get rupees.
Yeah. It's still important to finish because then it will at least be a finish time in the standings when it for tiebreaks and such.
Yeah, forfeit is 3 hours on the
Yeah.
standings, so you want to finish anyway.
Yeah, and he did not lose 1 hour and a half on that mistake.
Thankfully, nothing was really going on in Skull Woods. It's a pretty self-explanatory dungeon. Now we can go to the explainable parts. There's a 300 rupee here, or gold rupee rather. Oh, he doesn't have bombs, so we can get it.
Oh no.
Ouch.
It's like in a normal run that would have just been a reset, so he's probably not used to this backup.
Alright. While Ben tries to get some rupees, Rom is gonna go to the only real dungeon that matters in this room that matters in this dungeon rather. Oops. It's this room. There are 3 enemies. Party room, yeah. There are 3 enemies here. They can be dicks. You want to push this statue on the left, so you make this platform.
Yeah,
appear.
optimally you want to do it without killing any of the enemies, because then you can reach the cycle before the
World Master.
floor master,
Hand Master? Floor Master?
floor master, wall master.
One
wall
of
master,
those.
I think. Yeah, I think it's a wall master.
If you turn a rod into a World Master, he insta-grabs you, so if you don't do that
and
room very fast, you get grabbed.
Yeah, and then you spawn outside of the dungeon, so you can potentially lose a lot of time to getting grabbed.
Okay, so Ben here needs... he's gonna get bombs first to go get the gold rupee.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to get hookshot, bow, not hammer. He can manage without hammer, probably. Fire rod, ice rod, tornado rod. I think he can't really skip anything.
What does he need the ice rod for?
Oh right,
Yeah, I don't think he needs ice rod anymore.
he doesn't. Yeah, he can probably skip that, but will he remember?
Yeah, and do you use fire rod for anything after this?
Yeah, for the skip, dark to dark rock. By the way, this room.
Yeah, right. But you
there
can
are-
skip that. You don't need to do that. It only saves like 6 seconds or something.
Okay, so what Rom is doing right now is eyeball duplication. Usually you have to go out of your way to find the second eyeball here. Thankfully, for some reason, you can grab the eyeball right as it gets put in the pedestal here, and then
Yeah.
you can just throw
It's
it in the
actually
other one.
kind of cool how it works, because while you're carrying it around, there's still sort of a phantom eyeball on the ground. So the phantom eyeball doesn't disappear until after the eye has set into its place, and that means you can grab it after you've thrown it if you still stand in front of the place where you originally grabbed it. And then
Oh
you-
yeah, that's a skip,
Yeah.
by the way.
yeah, that's the boss.
You can
-1 discover it.
you can make him punch you right into the loading zone for the stairs. It's very weird, and it's the only real skip that we have for this dungeon for about 5 years now. We are trying, or someone tries to sometimes find a way to get into the painting, since this one is out on the open, but it's basically impossible.
Yeah.
We have tried everything.
Yeah, if I were Ben, I would skip both rods because I don't think you need them, and those are the most expensive as well. So
Probably, but trying to route on the fly like this is kind of hard.
It goes for fire rod at least.
He's gonna get hammer for the thief's boss mainly.
Yeah.
Tornado rod for the basically everything.
Yeah, and also the bow for basically everything.
Yeah, we're gonna see Hando starts here. He's gonna try to talk to the other Rabio.
Oh yeah, that's... Now we're onto that problem of buying the bow the second time.
Oh, he needs more rupees.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the hookshot here, and he needs the tornado for sure.
Yeah, I guess he could...
Oh no, he doesn't. Never mind. I'm bad.
Oh yeah, of course he needs the fire rod for ice.
Yeah.
Because those ice blocks have respawned, of course.
And you have to kill the boss. Okay, so entering Dark Palace, you have this long maze that is supposed to be a stealth section. We can skip it, as it's the theme for everything in this game, except the important stuff. We're gonna use this guy here. He doesn't have an official name, but you push him right there, bonk into a tree, and you have skipped the entire section, except for this final part, which is not a big deal. Now Ben has the items and he can continue doing dungeons. Unfortunately, it's a big setback. I don't see him.
No,
I don't see him even getting a good time now.
No, he'll probably finish like 140. I don't know.
Probably 140 at most, or at least rather. Dark Palace is very dark. It's not that good of a spectator dungeon, but trust me, there are things happening.
Yeah, I remember when I streamed this game using a webcam capture. You literally couldn't see anything in this dungeon. It was so dark.
There are no real skips in this dungeon, but it's very technical in how you use your quick equip. For example, right there, you put a bomb and then change very quickly to the hookshot, and that lets you open the door with the key while that's exploding. If you do it fast enough, you skip the cutscene of the explosion, but I haven't had any luck with that with quick equip.
And yeah, Rom just working on all those what should I call them, lights, in order to activate the mechanism in front of the boss door.
Yeah, gets another one there with a fire rod shot, and another one with a bomb. And we're done with this floor.
Yeah.
You can go back down. Let's see if he gets the cool shot here. Or if he goes for risky strats. No, he doesn't. You can do that room without putting out the torch, but who does that?
Yeah, it's like one sword slash. It spends like a quarter of a second or something.
Also, here's the most stupid skip in the entire game. Ice Rod hits above you, so you can just hit that switch and skip an entire mini-boss room that is to the right to get a key, and then go all the way to the switch. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
I
here's
hope
the worst room in the game.
I hope I don't die while running, because obviously I don't remember where any of the items are used, and I will have gone into this dungeon without fire rod and without ice rod.
Definitely.
So
Alright, and now we are actually done. There's no way to skip the boss key in this particular dungeon, so just get it.
I'm guessing the boss is already spawned for Ben now.
Oh, Ben gets the gold rupee here.
Gold rupee here.
Used to be in some routes. It's pretty good to get now in case he dies again. And Rom is gonna pre-place 3 bombs here for Gemasaur.
Yeah.
And throw another one to break the mask.
important not to place the bombs too quickly, because then the second bomb won't do any damage.
Okay, Ben actually gets the skip this time, not spawning Dark there, and kills him.
Yeah.
Gets his revenge, and we are back on track.
But he's still like 2 dungeons behind, so really unfortunate, but nothing you can do about that now, except just keeping on.
Looking at the time, I would say that it's about 3. No, wait. It's 3 to get to Dark Palace, plus 1 on. It's about 3 to 4 minutes behind an actual good time. So that's the time that he spent doing the entire sequence, I think. Wait, no, he has to do Skullwoods, so I'm wrong.
So he's
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. You can see as Ben is traveling to Kakariko for the... Oh yeah, he needs to enter the Hyrule first. Rom is freeing Gully and about to go down to Turtle Rock. And the skip coming up, I would say I would probably not do it in a race because
it's super easy. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if the whatever the ogre's called start to troll with you, then you lose time and then just.
But it's worth doing anyway. This skip is not that big of a deal. It keeps going back to Hyrule, and then entering a specific portal for Turtle Rock. Instead, you can just go into a railing like this and jump into Lake Hylia, or whatever it's called in Laurel.
Yeah.
And now you have to rescue some turtles that you need to get to the dungeon, except you don't.
Yeah. There's a little trick called animation storage that when Link tries to go up from the water, but you stop him, then he will store the animation until he's disturbed or touches another surface. And then
you
just
can use that. Yeah, you can do that. You can't swim fast like that because you have to hold B in order to store the animation, but it's not that hard.
Yeah, fun fact, the exact same glitch with animation storage is also present in Triforce Heroes.
It's the only good thing about that game. What a coincidence. And now he's gonna go into the lower part of Turtle Rock, which also has my favorite skip currently in the run.
Okay, so
this iteration.
Ben's doing Dark and Turtle before Skullwoods.
And Rom didn't quite do that fast enough. You can hit the wizard here with the fire rod, and that makes him go faster.
Yeah.
But if you mess it up, you need to do that. Gets it anyway. You use the wizard shot to clip you up here, right to the entrance of the boss, skipping the boss room, or the boss key rather, and doing a lot of things to get the boss key.
Yeah.
There was another iteration of this trick that sucked a lot, and so many people didn't run the game because of it. It was frame perfect, and it required a lot of fast inputs to equip everything.
I'm guessing technically it's still faster.
No, it's not.
It's because you have to wait for the bomb.
Yep.
Yeah. Then even better.
Yeah, it's a very good skip. And now we have Grynex, one of the worst bosses in the game, in terms of RNG and things you can do.
Yeah. It feels really good when you have a good fight though, because when everything goes right, it's like he dies so fast. But when Grynex doesn't want to cooperate, you can lose a lot of time here.
He can do 3 different attacks. You want him to bite like this every time.
Yeah.
Explosion is fine.
Yeah. When he gets red, he will do 2 bites after another.
Maybe 3 sometimes.
Yeah, I think
triple bite.
Yeah, I think that if it's on really low health, he'll do 3.
Yeah, I died in an anniversary race because of that, so I know about that pretty well.
Yeah. Pretty good fight from Rom.
Yeah, double explosion is
Yeah.
not ideal, but it's way better than getting a spin.
Maybe
Spin.
Rom can just go grab something to eat, so the race can be a bit interesting or exciting again.
I mean, he's supposedly watching the stream or
Yeah.
Ben's stream, so yeah, he could definitely go for a snack.
Yeah.
We don't talk about bathroom breaks here, please. I already took one in one of my races.
But yeah, it's still really unfortunate the death Ben had. I think it was probably because he was stressed that he already lost time when spawning the boss. So
I think it's more of not knowing how the boss works, because a lot of people that have run this game have never fought Darkster other than in casual.
yeah,
Okay, Rom is gonna go to the last dungeon, which is Thief's Hideout.
yeah,
Usually it's impossible to do this dungeon last because you get the Sand Rod, and Sand Rod is obviously super important to beat Desert Palace, except if you don't enter the desert at all. So
and
you
then
can do this last.
that has an additional a benefit that when you're supposed to receive the Triforce, you instead get the Sand Rod, which is obviously worth it.
And you skip the entire cutscene, yeah.
You skip the Triforce cutscene.
Also, it's right next to the Laurel Castle, so you can
so
just
you don't have to
go
walk.
right there. Unfortunately, this dungeon is very linear and very non-interesting. There's one skip in this room, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it, and I don't know why it wasn't patched out in any way, or how they didn't actually find it.
Yeah, but this skip doesn't really save that much time, does it?
I think done perfectly it saves 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like it's almost annoying. It should save more.
I think it's actually more than that. 2 seconds was the estimate with bombs back when we didn't have quick equip cancelling, but you can do this way faster.
Yeah, what bombs use like 3 seconds to explode?
Yep. So we could say it's about 5 seconds instead of 2.
Yeah. And that's like,
So, yeah.
that's like
you have to.
That's like a quarter of using NTR.
You have to finish this room because you have to go back through it with Thief Girl, and if the room is not solved, you basically get her stuck and you have to do it anyway. If not, you could just do this skip right away.
Yeah, it's actually, when you start out, it's really easy to just forget to press the last button. I've done that multiple times, that I've just done the entire puzzle, but then just forgot to press the last one myself. And just went right back to moving them into place, and then when I get back, Thief Girl got stuck behind the door, so...
It's definitely a classic. And yeah, Romulo is ahead because Ben died at Dice Palace.
Yeah,
I mean, he was ahead there anyway, but not as
but
big.
it was really close until Ice. Ben struggled a bit with the skip, and then he also spawned the boss, and then died on the boss, so like now Ben would have already gained time by not doing the skip.
Pretty good mid boss from Rom. Didn't get lucky and didn't get the 2 cycle. You need to hit all of them at the same time for that, and they wake up at random intervals.
Yeah. And they do surprisingly a lot of damage, so if you're not ready, you can just be rushed down and killed instantly.
Yeah, when this dungeon was the first in the entire route, dying here was super common. And now, technically if you skip every single heart, it's basically the same. Also, you don't want to be at full health, so... you don't want to be at full health because you shoot out sword beams that do less damage. And for that fight, it's very, very bad. Oh, and right, we are in the boring part of the dungeon now.
Yeah, and just to inform the viewers that Ben also has Skullwoods left before Thieves.
What if he forgot?
He can have gone. he will remember when when he's done with Thief at least.
I hope so.
Yeah. But like, there's nothing wrong with doing Skull last because there are some kind of tricky enemies in Skull as well that do surprisingly a lot of damage that can kill your run.
Yeah, getting through Skull Walls without taking damage is basically impossible.
Yeah. So he might just be more comfortable doing that last before Thieves.
He has the boss key skip as well,
Yeah.
but
Very
gets
nice.
really bad patterns on that. He doesn't equip bow, and that's why you actually equip bow to fight these guys. But it's probably the hardest equipping the entire game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Equipping bow and then equipping ice rod in time to fall down. Let's see if Romulo gets the benstephens drop.
The Ben Stevens drop. Yeah.
I got it last night on the race. It was pretty nice.
I've only ever gotten it once. It's like,
It's a frame perfect trick. Basically, you cancel a dash on a very specific frame and you fall down there during the cutscene. It's not a big deal, but if you get it, your run is blessed.
yeah. If you get it while ahead on PB pace, your run is confirmed to die at trial skip.
I think I have first try, or I get the benstephens drop on my current PB,
Nice.
so I'm gonna trust that it's real. Oh no, Ben gets a spin on Rhinex. The best way to
just
go against that attack is just get hit, which can be very bad because damage.
And Rhinex does a lot of damage with its bites, so
Oh, that was triple bite, but Ben doesn't get trolled.
oh, that was head on. Like slicing him as he goes for the third bite.
Ben is definitely gonna get the hard container here.
Yeah.
Usually it's way faster to skip it because it's very far away from the painting.
But he's like not that far off it right now, and he needs a lot of health going
Alright,
into
this-
Skull.
Rom did a small skip there, merging in the wall instead of on the panel, and now we can go into the boss, Stallblind.
This is probably the easiest boss. Like, why does he do so little damage?
I've
Yeah.
tried to this guy,
Yeah.
but it was in low percent.
Yeah. He's probably the boss you're supposed to do first, I guess, in Laurel.
Yep. It's pretty easy for this reason, and Hammer absolutely annihilates him. For some
Yeah.
reason it double hits and it does double damage as well, so every single hammer hit
Oh, nice.
you get.
Rom got a good pattern,
super
so
fast. Just like that.
yeah. A really good fight from Rom. That was basically perfect.
Yep. And shoutouts to this dungeon because see this cutscene here?
Yeah.
This cutscene is gonna open the house outside the dungeon that contains the painting. We can clip into that house, but it doesn't have a loading zone until this cutscene happens. So we can't skip this dungeon at all. If we could actually get the painting like that, we could save about 8 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big deal.
Because Link doesn't even enter the door. It's just suddenly loads.
You can also go into the boss arena before getting Thief Girl with a clip. But he doesn't appear because he only appears when you enter with Thief Girl. So that dungeon is
Yeah.
absolutely the worst in terms of potential escapes.
Yeah, and now you see
Osvala.
yeah, Ben going into Skull. Didn't forget it, so he's at least on track to finish. Pretty nice improvised run by Ben, actually. Recovered relatively quickly after dying.
If it was someone that didn't run any other category,
Yeah, I
it
would
could
have
have
lost.
taken a long time.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Ben has the knowledge for that. And now Rom can go into Laurel Castle.
Yeah. And I think both of these use the alternate trial skip.
Yeah. Rom is definitely one of the most vocal people about alternate trial skip because he actually timed it, and apparently on a perfect execution, it's actually faster.
Yeah. Is it even faster if you don't check if you have the bounce, if you know what I mean? You do an extra spin slash to check.
I usually don't do that. Oh no.
You don't check?
Oh, no.
But how do you know that you have the position?
Monster Horn. Because I don't do that. In hand I do.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to do in hand, so I don't really care.
Wrong gun on monster part, so now it's really time for Ben to catch up.
Yep, another monster part.
Another monster part, oh no.
Ben is basically tied right now. Triple monster part is absolutely terrible.
I remember when I had a run where I entered the castle and I just hit him, but like I haven't gotten any monster parts. Is this run blessed? And I got like all 3 in that one room. Oh, it's a party in the party room, but he still somehow got it.
Okay, and you're supposed to do 4 trials here. This is the first trial, the bomb trial. It's gonna take a while. We have to score this big bomb all the way to the end and enter and beat Moldorm.
Yeah.
It's a pretty long trial. It can take a while. Oh, by the way, this is out of bounds, and we can go into the room.
And the first try for Rom, of course. And the stream is loading.
Easy clap.
He's too fast.
He used what we call alternate trial escape, which is that setup with the big bomb. It's way more consistent. It's based on position rather than timing compared to the old one.
But there's also more you have to learn. So you need to learn the position of the big bomb and the position of the hook shot. But generally, yeah.
And this is.
Oh, and there's Yuganon.
Yeah, this is Yuganon.
Or Yuga Ganon, as it's actually called.
Shut up. It's Yuganon. Canon.
Yuga Ganon.
There are a lot of possible strats for Yuganon. He's a hard boss. You have to hit him 64 times with the Master Sword or bow.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of damage. He can two-shot Romulo with basically any combination of attacks right now. We are already in rich base in a way.
A really good fight by Rom.
Yeah,
he gets 0 lasers.
He's gonna get the Spear Throw here, which is the best possible attack to get some hits in. Forces it with teleport there.
I think Rom got 0 lasers. Oh yeah, he got 1 laser. The stream was.
Yeah, gets the triple Spear Throw. And I think he's 1 off. No, 3. That's okay. Pretty fast fight.
That's a really good fight. He's been having he's been having good Yugan fights lately. I've seen him linking them like Yugan PB. Oh yeah.
Now it's time for tennis. He's gonna go for the fastest possible strat, walking into Yuganon, not taking any safeties to actually hit him.
And there's also something which I'm not sure how to recreate, but it's possible to only use 1 wall shot on Ganon in the second phase, but it seems totally random.
I think I saw it somewhere, but I can't really get it either.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for right first, which is disgusting, and I don't like it. I guess the first one. With the bow of light, you have to shoot Yuganon on the front, and then it's gonna be easy, and you can hit the back.
Yeah.
Get the second set of volley, and then you can just get the position.
Rom is having an insane run right now.
Oh right, I wasn't even paying attention to that. 121?
Yeah, this is like really good.
He's not gonna PB, but
No, but this is like, yeah,
This is why he's seed 1. I didn't even notice that
Yeah,
we
like-
were so far ahead. For comparison, both runners, including me, last race yesterday, we got a 127 and a 128. Rom is gonna get a 122, which is
Yeah.
5 minutes ahead of that. Okay, and now it's time to mash for the third phase, and then you do a 360 no scope,
yeah.
and you can finish the fight. You can finish the fight with a bow shot. So
Like,
if he's
Rom's
there.
PB is 122.20, so it's like he's finishing like 20 seconds behind, or maybe a minute behind. I always underestimate how long that final cutscene is.
it's about a minute, so
Like,
yeah.
now is his PB. That's absolutely insane.
It's pretty insane considering that some splits were not that perfect.
I
But yeah,
think this is
Rom-
like a top 5 time.
Definitely a top 5 time. I'm
Yeah,
6th, and I'm pretty sure the one I have
Yeah,
above is a 124.
Yeah, 124.23.
So yeah, this is a pretty insane time. Rom is a beast. He's
Yeah.
a god gamer. This is with second try on Arc Escape, and some pretty iffy splits, especially House of Gales.
Yeah.
Ben is gonna use a bomb. Come on, don't scrap this like this. And now for the final time on Triforce, 123.19. I saw on stream. But apparently
No,
14.
23. Yeah, 14 on ROM stream.
And an official astral time of 1 hour 23 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah,
That's insane.
like in a race.
I'm pretty sure that Ben re-rented Ice Rod, but I may be wrong. And Ben is messing
Yeah.
up this escape for some reason. Come on. Oh well. Let's see if we can. Rom is actually listening to the
Oh,
stream.
that's,
Come on.
that's a really nice spread from Ben on that fight. Oh, no. Okay, he got it.
Rom, get on commentary or interview, whatever.
Yeah, that was like an insane run.
Please go into the waiting room if you even have a way to do that. You could probably tell him directly. Never mind, he's here. Hi.
He's here.
Yeah.
Why are you so good?
The run was really bad. I was 40 seconds. I was 40 seconds on Eastern Palace, and then I think I was 40 on Swamp as well.
Yep. But
But it's a shame that Ben died, because
Yeah.
after Eastern I was behind. I knew that, but it was fine because it was the start of the run. But then when I failed the Swamp boss skip the first time, I started sweating buckets.
yeah, we were also wondering if Ben could keep up with you after that, because usually during a race, especially, the tilt usually starts to come in and you play worse. But
Yeah, as you
Not
can
the case.
actually see with Ben right now, he's been playing a lot worse after he died.
yeah, with the 123, Ben didn't even have a chance, unfortunately.
No, it was over before it began. Like, how do you even do that, man? In a race.
It all came down to one thing, in my opinion: not knowing how to kill Darkster. Please do
Yeah.
categories that actually do Darkster, like Listless. Never mind, don't do Listless. Glitches is very boring. Do Adnoob.
To add noob, yeah.
Adnoob does Darkster, right?
Well, it's all doors, so it has to, I guess. If you-
All doors, every single door. It's all dungeons. Come on.
It's all
You can
blocks.
also run low percent for Duster. Wouldn't recommend it, but you can. But yeah, he was definitely very lost on what to do in that fight in particular, and the death was a pretty good indicator of that.
He was really
Unfortunate.
close, though. He didn't have have a lot of hits left when he died.
If I recall correctly, actually, Ben's downfall was trying to do the damn tornado thing on the cave to Ice Palace.
Yeah,
Why even bother with that? Shout out to Thief Girl.
it cursed to run. Yeah, shoutouts to Thief Girl.
What a great dungeon. So yeah, Rom, why did you force Ben to do that skip?
It's not even my fault. I told him how to do it. It's not too hard.
Ben!
Oh
Please.
no! It
Oh
fell.
no! Oh, he's so tilted right now. He's
Ouch.
actually so tilted.
I mean, at least he's trying to finish. I would have
Yeah,
quit if I died like he did.
Remember, no forfeits. Yeah, there are a lot of things that can go wrong in this final section. Resetting Thief Girl there. And now he's
I'm
gonna
glad that
be
I got
casting.
I'm glad that I got a decent House of Chaos as well, because when I was trying to do the fast strat for the platforms room, I was just remembering after every second the time that we raced and I died there.
Oh, that time. What a magical race. With the triple bite and everything. Okay, let's see if Ben gets the start here. I think that's a little too far down. Yep.
I never know how to place these. I usually just knock him into the...
You have to place them not too far down so you don't hit the switch.
You
But
have
also,
to use my tutorial. That's what you need to do.
yeah, also that. Basically, you want to move so the guy doesn't really stop, so you don't go back up. Just go right instead of going a little back up. It's weird, but it works. Oh yeah, Jeff is right. It's my turn next week. It's
Yeah,
my time to
hopefully.
die.
You better hope he doesn't get a 123.
I can't even get a 124. How am I gonna even survive that? I swear I'll go at a 124 this year. If I even get the motivation to actually stream. That's another story. Oh, gets hit with the weird hitbox on the arm. So it's gonna be a slow fight, but not a big deal.
At least he didn't need to spin.
Never mind, this is a slow fight, proper now. So we're on the 130 mark, according to the stream.
Yeah.
So rip that.
If everything
but,
goes, how long is it until the end of the game now? Is it 7 minutes?
7 minutes, probably.
Yeah.
If he doesn't fail trial skip too much, it should be 7 minutes. Maybe a little more, I don't know. I'm very bad at counting that. How many hearts does Ben have?
He has a lot.
10, I think.
Yeah. 11
So
now.
he only skipped Hera and Swamp. Well, and the other guy, Knuckle Master.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have
If-
3 tries.
If I'm far ahead during my race, when I get to the castle, I probably just grabbed blue armor. It's like
Oh right, I don't think Ben is gonna get that, but he
Oh,
may
I
save
don't
here.
think so.
He's probably gonna save.
Yeah, if he dies again, then that's another 10 minutes.
And dying to Ganon is super easy.
Nah, he's fine.
Shut up. He's an easy boss, except when he isn't.
I mean, he has what? 10 hearts right now. Should be fine.
Yeah, he can take 3 hits, mostly. Assuming it's not double stab. Assuming he doesn't get hit by the double stab. Okay, he's gonna save. Taking it easy, I understand. I'm also doing that in basically every race.
Yeah. Maybe not if I'm behind, then I would have just gone for it.
Looking at the actual race while we're racing is very dumb. Don't do that. You're gonna get conditioned by you're gonna get conditioned by however you are doing.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the race and you're 3 dungeons behind, you're gonna say, "Oops, guess I don't need to actually play the game," and then you can just forfeit.
You can
So
just go into a casual playthrough and just have some fun and beat all the dungeons normally and finish on the easy.
Surprise ad noob praise. Hey Rom, wanna do ad noob next week?
No, I would like to do Sekiro instead.
Oh, Sekiro so good.
I understand. I don't have Sekiro or a PS4 to actually play it, so oops.
You can play it on PC.
You can? Well, I also don't have a... What is that? Who is there?
Hey guys, just do low percent next week.
God damn it. I mean, sure. Whoever dies the last wins.
We could do the end of his level for a Cuckoo mini game.
Actually, I haven't done that
Yeah,
in
do
way too long.
Big chicken. Wait, what do you get when you get 999? You get
Big chicken.
big chicken, yeah. Big chicken %.
But no one has done that. I think no one in the entire community. I think Ham was the only one that actually tried. He did like 3 streams of Drew 100% and never happened.
Yeah, is it really true 100% if you don't finish Triforce Heroes as well?
Is it really being alive if you play Triforce Heroes?
It's not that bad. Man.
I hate Triforce Heroes. Triforce Heroes is the worst Zelda game by far. And no one is gonna change my mind on that.
Well, CGI says no. CDI.
Doesn't count. I would say that the CDI games, except Zelda's Adventure, actually have some charm. So
They're just because the cutscenes are meme doesn't make them good.
but I would enjoy them ironically. And Triforce Heroes not even that. There's one good level in Triforce Heroes, in case someone discusses that. Shoutouts to 3 lasers so far.
Yeah, Ben's finishing off the run with
4!
Oh my god,
This is
what's
why-
going on?
This is why I hate this particular strat. When it works, it's very good. But when it doesn't, this happens.
Yeah. Triforce Heroes 3v3 race. Let's go.
I don't even have Triforce Heroes anymore, I think. I had it digital on my old New 3DS, which is dead now. Died during ESA 2018. Okay, finally got some teleports. He's gonna take it super safe here.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was way too close to actually being a hit. Wouldn't have killed, but would have probably tilted him way more.
But the real question is, who got the most rupees? So
Ben got a whole lot of rupees. Come on.
Any guesses? I'm thinking like 1,000.
Over 1,000, easy.
Yeah, 1,304. I'm guessing.
And he also beat me in how many times he got defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. The rare 2 times defeated.
Rare 2 defeats.
Okay, as long as he doesn't mess up the second piece of tennis. I won't say third because it's impossible to mess that up.
If you stand too close to him, the mash strat doesn't work. And
Only at the start, actually. You can go super close to him after the first slash.
yeah, but you don't move during that phase. That would be stupid.
He's gonna go for full dodge strats. What a god gamer.
Making me faster.
Doesn't go for fast tennis there, unfortunately. Now going for the Toro. Great job. And now the fight is basically done, unless he decides to get hit a lot. Which shouldn't happen.
Oh, he's probably got this now.
Gets hit once. Gets hit twice. Now he's in death territory, so he's gonna land. And going for left side.
Yeah.
Okay. Just smash. Super bad. Left side is not a good sign, ever. Now going for 360 no scope. Forgets that he's on the other side. Understandable. And that's a GG. Just needs to not die to Triforce. 2 hearts. Could happen.
Good thing he picked up all those heart containers.
Yeah, he got hit way too much. On my health route, this would have been a death. But then again, I'm...
Yeah, you play more carefully when you're on low health, so you probably wouldn't have died when...
Okay, this is a sub 140 for sure.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be close. Not a great time, unfortunately. But hey, it's a great time with a death. Oh, spoilers, it's not a sub 140. Also spoiled there. Oops. Because he decides to not grab it. Come on, man. Fall down and die.
Why?
Fall down and die. Go, do it.
I really hope somebody beats his average with like 1 second right now in a tiebreak.
Did he end the stream? His stream froze for me.
Yeah, it froze for me. I think he just...
He done and left the Israel room and probably ended the stream before actually touching the Triforce. Oops. We're gonna count that. It's not a big deal, I guess. Do we count that, Jeff?
No, I streamed touching the Triforce.
Oh, then I don't know why it didn't pop up here.
Yeah.
Oh well. I doubt he's gonna come here for an interview.
No. Damn, we didn't get to see the rare times defeated too.
Should I ask him directly, or should we go ahead?
So most importantly, should I start my hero mode playthrough right now?
Hero mode low percent?
No.
It's actually technically faster. Except you die to basically every enemy in the game. So not ideal. Oh well. Unfortunate, as we said. Ben dying in while doing other stuff that led to the death. That was probably worse. But yeah, messed up quite a lot. Still got a 140 officially, as a 140 actually, but he decided not to take it. So still a decent time for standing sake.
Yeah, because I think he lost like 10 minutes to the death, I would guess. Maybe a bit more.
Pretty much, yeah. Lost about 15 minutes to his PV, so
yeah, he played kind of
pretty much.
Played kind of bad after the death, so it's to be expected, I guess. Playing on full tilt the rest of the run.
And now he's gonna go back to Ocarina of Time 3D. We're losing him. I guess we can wrap things up now.
Yeah.
Congrats to Rom for being a god gamer.
Good run.
I'll see you next week.
Also, your ass the next one I'm gonna whoop. Okay, cool.
Yep. Can you die for me, as in the game?
Yeah, take an intentional death and just still beat him. Just
absolutely.
Right.
I'm gonna die after I grab the Death Mountain Weather Vein.
Dang it! I also planned on doing that.
We need to find another Death Warp. It needs to happen.
Just play low percent, you Death Warp basically everywhere. Shoutouts to Death Warping with bombs after Master Sword. My favorite part of low percent. I should stop talking about low percent. It makes me want to actually try to play low percent.
In low percent, do you have to die before going into Yugan? So you finish the run with no items?
Not really. Oh well. Let's wrap things up already.
Well, thanks everyone. GG's to Romulost and to Ben. Sorry he didn't come in for an interview, but perfectly understandable. And big shout out to Hera and ADS for doing commentary today. Much appreciated. Hope everyone has a good night. And next thing on the schedule will be at 7 p.m. to UTC, 3 p.m. EDT, which is going to be a Link to the Past NMG Weekly on ZSR. And that's all. So with that, any last words? Otherwise, I guess we'll just wrap it up and end the stream.
I think we're having the Seasons Random Weekly as well.
Yeah, that
I'm going to be commentating that. So
that would be at the same time also on this channel, ZSR2 at 3 p.m. EDT, 7 p.m. UTC.
No idea then. I should probably ask Tress.
Yes, he would be the best to ask. So.
Other than that, I guess I'm done. Nice race.
Yes.
Yeah, nice race.
Yeah, great race.
And an incredible time from Rom.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like insane. Like if you hadn't failed in Swamp, that could have probably been a PB.
Nah, not really. I would need a good Eastern Palace as well. Because I lost time for, I think, on Thieves and Turtle Rock. Those weren't too great either. I can definitely get a 122 in races. That's for sure.
Please don't. It will be against me. I don't want that.
Okay, and with that, I think we're going to end the stream. So have a good night, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.